I'm Chris Kelly. I'm going to help you with your oil change today. I'll show you the tools you need, lay them out, and we'll take you through the steps. In preparation for the oil change, we have our tools. Since we're not doing the oil screen, all we need is a 10mm Allen wrench, as well as the oil filter wrench or pliers. The shown ones are from Blue Point. I'm sure AutoZone has something available. You'll also see the cup that I'm going to pour some oil into to pour into the engine, and the materials are the synthetic Maxima oil, and then your choice of oil filters. I'm going to go with the Bling Fram and not the K&N. Something to notice on the K&N is that it does have a hex on the top of it, which will allow you to use a wrench. So that helps a little bit. You can use a 17mm wrench or socket to loosen or tighten. It's also cross-drilled if you want to safety wire it. We'll start by loosening and removing the oil drain screw. You get your drain pan in position. This is the oil drain screw. It's on the right side of the engine, about on the bottom. Almost all of them are a not quite 10mm hex. It fits it, but not quite perfectly. Be prepared for some oil to come out onto your hand. If you're really the anal retentive type, you can wrap foil, aluminum foil, over your header, and then you won't get oil onto it, and then when you start the bike later, it won't smoke. You check your drain plug for any material. This one's somewhat devoid, and you wipe it off. You can see there's a little bit on the drain plug. This is abnormal in that it's very little. Now while that's draining, we're going to change the oil filter. When you change the oil filter, you'll slide the drain pan forward to underneath where the oil filter is. You get your wrench, or you can use your hands or whatever technology. Or if you have a K&N oil filter, you can put your 17mm wrench on there and not fuss with this at all. As you can see, I use the Fram Chrome oil filter. Hold it over the drain pan and let it drain. All the products on the market are of great quality, either Ducati OEM or the Fram or the K&N. All the filters will have a synthetic media. They'll have a rubber seal on the pop-off valve. Then you can put it into the carton that your new filter is in to take to your recycle facility for disposal. Take your new filter, put some used oil on the seal. It's okay if you pre-fill the filter with some oil. Just make sure you do not fill it completely, or you could cause your oil pump to get a problem and it won't feed oil. look up into the well where the oil filter was, make sure everything looks okay, and also that you don't have a spare gasket in there. Thread on the new filter and tighten it. When putting the plug back on, sometimes you can just buy a new crush washer or gasket. On this particular one, you'll see that the gasket decided to stay in place. I'm not particularly worried about replacing them every time. If you want, you can remove it and sand it on a piece of glass or a flat table briefly to remove any tool marks or impressions and make it flat, and then again reuse. So having a new crush washer is not required. The factory manual says this bolt gets torqued to 40 to 44 Newton meters. You multiply that by 0.738 and you get 32 foot-pounds. We're going to use good and tight. Tighten it, give it a little more, it stops. Now we're going to add some oil. Take your not mow tool, something synthetic or semi-synthetic, and you're going to want to be somewhere near 2050. You'll put just about 3 quarts in, maybe a little more. So we'll do 6 pints. And if you do it right, you're going to spill some. Because you know you can't do it without spilling some. Bring it back up. That wasn't so hard, was it? We got it done. Easy, simple little maintenance. No worries.